Hey guys, it's Jake Zemke coming to you from Daytona. This year, brand new team for me. National Guard, Jordan Motorsports, Suzuki. New bike, new team. Just really looking forward to starting this season off. You know, back in the Superbike class this year after a couple seasons of being on 600s. So it's an exciting time for me right now, you know, and I've got a love-hate relationship with Daytona. I think most guys do. I've either had really, really good results here and or just seem like the world's falling apart. You know, it either goes one way or the other. We never have just kind of a nice, easy time here. It's the first Daytona 200 I ever rode on the Superbike. It was second place. The next year I got third. The next year I won. So I had a collection of trophies, the podium trophies from the Daytona 200, and you know, this is never won the Superbike race here, and that's something that definitely wanted to do and put our heads down, and got that done yesterday. Yeah, the end of the Superbike race was actually a little bit of a mistake. We had a little miscue on our pit board, and Daytona is kind of unique because the pit boards aren't near the front straightaway. They're after the International Horseshoe, so you're already been 3 turns before you see your pit board. And so the strategy is that I wanted to see L1 on my pit board, meaning there's 1 lap to go, then come around the whole rest of the racetrack and see the white flag. That way I'd be prepared, could get my strategy right to get in the position I wanted to be in for the last lap. Well, I had gone into the lead, come by, see my pit board, it says L2. I think, okay, well, I got this lap to let somebody draft by me down the front straightaway, put myself into second position, so when we come around on the last lap, I want to be in second. Daytona, historically, you've always wanted to be in second position coming out of the chicane, so you can make the draft pass, win the race. Well, saw L2 on my board, come around, I'm leading, I go, that's the white flag. You got to be. I was like, there's no way. There's no way that's the white flag. So I'm coming through the tri-oval and I'm thinking, well, nobody's going to pass me in the infield because nobody wants to lead. I mean, you're not supposed to lead at Daytona on the last lap. You're just not. And I was like, well, I could roll out of the throttle and pull over, but I don't know how many guys are in that pack behind me. So I'm like, well, between tri-oval and turn 1, I decided when I led laps earlier in this race, nobody was passing me on by the start-finish line. And as long as I get a good drive, I was getting a great drive out of the chicane, and I could really put some distance on guys. I was like, you know what? If I really put my head down and just not charge too hard, but just put a nice clean lap in and concentrate on my exits, tires by that point are just spinning really greasy. I'm thinking, I think I can win this thing from the front. So I'm going through the infield, and if somebody's right on you, you can hear them. They pick up the throttle the same time you do. It's almost instantaneous when somebody's right on your rear wheel, and I'm like, every corner, man, I didn't hear them. I mean, I can hear them, but they're back there a little bit. And get off into the chicane, come out of the chicane, I'm like, good, get up onto the banking, up into 4th gear, wide open, thinking, all right, I got this thing, just keep it smooth. And of course, I start getting greedy with that throttle, thinking, oh man, I'm just gonna pull away from these guys, and I don't want to leave anything on the table. So I spin the tire once, get it back, spin it again. I'm like, oh man, this is horrible. After I did a couple of those, I get the thing bobbing and weaving a couple times. I get it straightened out. Coming out of NASCAR 4, there's a crown in the track and there's a little bit of a hump. And I'm trying to shoot out towards the outside wall to make sure nobody's going to draft up around the outside of me. As I'm shooting out towards the wall, I get over that crown and the thing just snaps sideways. I was like, I just lost the race. There's no way. These guys are going to go by me for sure. As I drift up towards the wall, then you want to bring it back down so you can be on the inside and make them go around the outside again when you get to the tri-oval. And so I pinch the thing down to get to the inside of the racetrack, and sure enough, the thing snapped sideways again. I was like, how many times am I going to lose this race? Then I get into the tri-oval and I'm tucked in as tight as can be, and I'm just thinking, I'm just waiting. I'm waiting. Because when somebody starts drafting in the tri-oval here at Daytona at 190 miles an hour, you can feel them. As soon as they start to sniff your draft, you can feel it start sucking your bike back to them. I'm waiting for that feel. It's not happening. And I'm getting close, and I'm like, I just won this thing.